one of the biggest thing with women is that we tend to be insecure. I'm sure men tend to be insecure too, but it translates in a different way. But women get insecure, all of us. I mean, you know, so many days I wake up and I just feel like a total loser. Now, in most people's eyes, they won't look at me as a loser, right? I'm the woman across the room and I look so cool and together and know everything. And that's the way they see me. And I am that. But that doesn't mean that I feel like that all the time. And the same way as I am the woman across the room, I look at the other woman across the room and I think, oh my God, she's so together, right? Mm-hmm. The way I think that I reach women is because I am totally honest, right? And therefore, by being totally honest and by sharing your vulnerabilities and sharing your whatever, you allow everybody to feel, oh, you know, it's okay, you know, and of course I'm much, much older and I've lived so fully that I should be 150, you know, because my life has been so full and continues to be full.
When you were in your 40s, you had sold your company, you were really struggling with...
I actually sold my company when I was 33. My 20s were great, right? I mean, I was on the top of the world and arrogant. I mean, arrogant because I was successful and I already had children and I already had money and, you know, and I was pretty and I had fun and all of that. So I always thought I would retire by the time I was 30. And actually, I sold my company, I was 33. And then I did something else. I had a publishing house and I lived in Paris, blah, blah, blah. And then I came back in my 40s, mid-40s, and those were the hard times because I had lost my company, and with losing my company, I'd lost a lot of my own identity. And so those were the hard years, and I couldn't express myself, and I got sick, and blah, blah, blah.
I was wondering if you talk about the idea of your identity being tied to your company.
What I will say is that it is really important for women to have children or to have a family. But it is equally important for women to have an identity outside the home. That is crucially important. And yes, it is true that the identity that we make through our work becomes so much a part of who we are. And by not having that, and especially in my case, it was my name and it was all of that, I was a little off for a while. And then I felt like a has-been. And then I had a good idea, and then I felt like I went from being a has-been to being a pioneer again. And I had another wave of success. And life is a journey, you know? I mean, it's like, it's not always sunny.
How do you come back from a situation where so many people, when they get into this trough and they say, I've lost my identity, maybe I've lost my job, and they don't see this path forward, or they don't realize there are doors there. How do you counsel people like that?
I think that the most important thing in good time and in bad time is to absolutely face the truth and not be delusional. By facing the truth, okay, well, this is what happened. It's not so great. And what can I do now? And then you find another path and another door and another person or something, and you start something fresh. And maybe that thing was the greatest thing that could have happened, and then you don't even remember that it started with a failure.